Let's take a look at the more stringent requirements for installing Windows 11 than we had for Windows 10. Now, Windows 10, if you could run a Windows 7, you could run a Windows 10. They were the same requirements. Windows 11 took a major step forward in hardware requirements. First of all, in RAM. Windows 10, you could run either a 32-bit system or a 64-bit system. If you ran a 64-bit system, you needed 2 gigabytes of RAM. With Windows 11, they doubled that to 4 gigabytes. As far as hard drive storage, you could get by with 20 gigabytes of storage for Windows 10, 64 gigabytes for Windows 11. That is a significant increase. Actually, 4 times the 16 gigabyte limit for the 32-bit Windows 10. So quite a bit higher for Windows 11. The processor, well, you can still get by with a 1 gigahertz processor. I don't recommend it. But you do need at least a dual-core system for Windows 11. With system firmware, Windows 10 could run either on the old BIOS type or the UEFI type of system firmware. Windows 11 requires UEFI, and if that's not enough, also requires Secure Boot to be in place. Now, you can turn that off later, but it must be in place when you install Windows 11. Windows 10 did not require the TPM chip. Windows 11 does require TPM, and it must be at least version 2.0. TPM is an extra chip on your motherboard that helps with encryption services. As far as our graphics card, DirectX 9 for Windows 10, DirectX 12 for Windows 11. And the driver, WDDM 1 for Windows 10, WDDM 2 for Windows 11. Windows 10 could get by with an 800 by 600 display. Windows 11 requires a 720p and greater than 9-inch diagonal measurements. So we're no longer looking at smaller devices being able to run Windows 11. You must also have 8 bits of color. As far as internet connections, you always needed connectivity in order to activate the devices. Well, there were ways to do it by phone and so forth. But with Windows 11, you must have a Microsoft account during setup. You can't just do it with a local account. Now, you can switch over to a local account later, but at least as you do the setup, you'll need that Microsoft account in place. Now, I should also mention that this information came directly from Microsoft.com, and I have the URL right here.